So today I'm so excited to teach you the 3 strategies behind becoming confident, comfortable, and creative on video. So I'm going to get into it, and we'll do a Q&A at the end. So I'll try to save a couple minutes for that. So feel free. The chat gets really busy. So if you go over to that Q&A section on the right, that should help your question get seen. So thanks for being here. I'm going to jump right into it. The first thing I want to ask in the chat is, everyone's probably familiar with fight or flight, right? So it's when you are facing something potentially dangerous and you're deciding if you're going to run away from it or try to combat it. But does anyone know what the third F is? Fight, flight, and the third one, any guesses?
Fright?
Close. Okay, the third F is freeze. And that is what 99% of salespeople are doing right now. They're hearing that sales is hard, prospecting is hard, video prospecting is especially hard, and there's a market downturn and no one has money and I just can't do it. So 99% of people are freezing in their tracks. The first thing I want to say to you is congratulations for being here. You're part of the 1%. Today, we're going to work on unfreezing. And if you take one thing from this session, it's to stop sitting on your hands, because 99% of people are sitting on their hands right now, too scared to be here, too scared to make their Vidyard account, too scared to send their first video. And that's not going to be you after the session. So as far as the confident aspect goes, I don't have tactical advice. I'm just giving you that mindset shift. And it's not easy to do, but if you can create your Vidyard account and send 5 videos today, and when you're sitting in front of your laptop feeling nervous and not wanting to do it, remind yourself, congratulate yourself, I'm in the 1%. 99% of people are not doing this. They're too scared, and I'm going above and beyond to meet my prospect where they're at, how they want to consume content. We all know people are scrolling videos all day long, YouTube, TikTok. It's the way the world is moving, and the world is not waiting for you to catch up. So congratulations, you are ahead. And that's where I want to leave you on the confidence piece. Just remind yourself of that. A lot of times when I send videos too, the response that I get is, Katherine, I didn't even watch the video yet, but I'm replying because your effort is better than 99% of people. So you're in the 1%. Congrats. Thanks for being here. The second piece is becoming comfortable on video. And there are 2 types of people that I coach in different comfortability levels. And it's very interesting to coach to both of them. So the first type of person is the one that hates talking in an empty room. They think it's so awkward to do exactly what I'm doing, where I'm in an empty apartment and I'm talking to a laptop and no one's talking back to me. The second type of person is the person that does not want to talk in a room full of people. I'm on board with that one a little bit more. So I hear a lot of complaints of like, I live with my partner, I live with my roommate, it's so awkward, I don't want to do video prospecting, or I'm going into the office every day and like I just can't fathom my coworkers overhearing my video prospecting. So I want to introduce something to you that I learned a lot about in 2022. It's called setting boundaries. So I want to get into it first for the type of person that is afraid of being alone or speaking out loud when they're alone in an empty room. You have a couple options. First, you can overcome and learn how to be alone, and that comes with practice and doing other things alone. So all day, every day, I'm alone in my apartment on Zoom calls, talking to people. I'm alone. It doesn't bother me. I go for walks alone. I go to coffee shops alone. I go shopping alone. I eat lunch alone. So practicing those alone type of things may get you more comfortable with the concept of speaking to your laptop and no one's answering you. The second piece is for people who are talking with their coworkers or they're in an office space. You have a couple options there too. You can reserve a conference room. You can try to move to a corner or a desk with not as many people around. You could save your videos for after work when you get home. So I know those are all really tactical, and so that's the boundary setting portion. If you want to actually just overcome your fear, the best thing you can do is direct communication. So whether that you live with your partner or your roommate and you want to say, hey, I'm sending 10 videos today. I feel uncomfortable with it. I'm going to try to do the first half while you're, at the gym, and then the back half you might be around lingering. And I would really appreciate if you reserved judgment or didn't record a TikTok of me or anything like that. And same to your coworkers. Hey guys, I am going to be recording 10 videos today. Makes me really uncomfortable and intimidated in front of you. So if you can please reserve judgment. I really feel like this is a big step in my sales career. And just that direct communication will help people gain that respect for you immediately. If someone does pass judgment, the older I get, and I'm not old, but the older I get, the more I realize that people who pass judgment on you are projecting insecurity. So if anyone in your office space wants to judge you, first of all, get a new office space or a new roommate. But second of all, know that they probably feel threatened by your willingness to step outside the box and do video prospecting. And they are probably going to want to learn a thing or two from you in the near future when you're booking a ton of meetings with video. So try not to take it personal, set your boundaries, directly communicate, whatever it takes. That's my really tactical advice on the very first step of video prospecting. I know a lot of people will sign up for Vidyard and have their scripts ready to go and they're feeling good. And then it's that first step that holds them back of, oh, my roommate's working right next to me. I feel really awkward, or those kind of things. So that's my tactical advice on how to get through that. The last piece is creativity. And this might sound a little bit counterintuitive, but the best way to be creative and the best way to be different is just to be you. And I know I touched on that earlier, but if you're just being yourself, you're already standing out and being unique from other people. And the second piece that contradicts is I do usually coach for people to mirror their prospects, but that's only from a physical standpoint. So consider what you think your prospect probably wears to work or what their office space might look like and try to mirror that. But that's really the only copycat standpoint that you should take. So finance leaders, yes, probably wear something nicer, maybe have a pretty good background. If you're prospecting art studios or something like that, okay, maybe you can dress it down and have some fun with it in a cool background. So mirror your prospects on a physical level, but be yourself on the personality level. So for me, I make a note to, if I mess up, I don't start over, I don't restart. If I hiccup or say the wrong word or whatever, I'll go, whoa, okay, and starting over and just kind of go with it. So they know that I didn't record it a million times. I think that restarting your video takes the human aspect out of it. So I always just try to keep rolling with it unless I throw like a really bad word in there or something, or like say the wrong name, then I'll start over. The second piece is adding humor. I like to throw something in at the very beginning of my video, and feel free to steal this. But if I was prospecting someone named Karen and it's a Monday morning, my video is probably going to say, hey, Karen, I'm sure you didn't expect to see my face this up close and personal at 8 a.m. on your Monday, but I'm reaching out because, and then I get right into the reason. So I don't do a whole lot of, hi, I'm Katherine, blah, blah, blah. I go kind of straight into that humor of disarming them and releasing their expectations and then getting straight into what I want to say. The other opener I really like is, hey, Olivia, I don't know how often you get videos like this, but I'm reaching out because, or hey, Olivia, I don't know if you hate video prospectors, or that kind of thing. Just kind of disarming and throwing a little bit of humor in from the beginning. The third piece of creativity is keeping your follow-up creative. And I also like to throw some humor in there too. So the most important part of video prospecting is getting your prospect to watch it. If they don't watch it, it's a waste. So if I have sent a couple videos and no one watches it, I'm going to start cold calling. And the way that I kind of pattern interrupt is I'll say, hi, this is Katherine. Does my voice sound familiar? And they're like, not really, should it? And I go, well, it would be if you had watched the video I sent you yesterday. So those kind of just pattern interrupts, or that you can do the same thing if they do watch your video. So, hey, this is Katherine. Does my voice sound familiar? They're like, not really. I'm like, oh, that surprised me. Like, I sent you that video yesterday and you watched it right away. I thought it would really stick out to you. You can kind of add like self-deprecating humor, I guess, to make your prospects go, oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I'm going to watch the video right now. So I've had that happen where I cold call someone and they actually will watch the video while I'm on the phone and I can hear my voice in the background. But so that's really important, is making sure your follow-up isn't just, email, and being creative in that sense and making it you. So I know I promised I'd leave time for Q&A, and I want to hold true to that. We have 9 minutes left. So any questions that people have, I will pass it over to Olivia.
We'll just give everyone a moment to throw their questions into the forum here. I love your tips on openers and using humor to grab engagement in a world where we can just scroll through endless amount of content every day. You need to get that person's attention within the first couple seconds, because our attention spans they could use some work. And so playing to that, I think, is super, super important. And I love that takeaway. All right.
The presentation was so good that no one has any questions because I covered all of it. It's funny because sometimes like the whole thing turns into a Q&A and there's so many questions, and then sometimes not. So I take it as a good sign.
I think we just needed a moment because they are coming in rapid fire. First off, Gabrielle would like to ask how long you would say to make a prospecting video for.
I would consider your own attention span, right? How long would you watch a video for? For me, it's like 45 seconds. So I think having that timestamp of under a minute on your video can make your prospect relax a little bit and think, okay, I only have to get through this for 45 seconds. Whereas if you sent a 3 or 4 minute video, I'm definitely not watching that. So consider what you would watch and mirror that.
We have another question here. What is your favorite CTA at the end of your video talk track?
My unpopular opinion is that the purpose of being a BDR or SDR is to start a conversation, not to book a meeting. And all I really care about, and the best way to get an SQL, is to book meetings with people who have genuine interest and the correct timing. So at the end of my video call to action, I usually keep it very low pressure. I just ask a simple question like, did this resonate? Is this something you're thinking about? Are you interested in hearing more about this? What resources can I send that would be, helpful in deciding if this is interesting to you? And I think this time of year is cool too, because it's the beginning of the year. So you can use timeline questions a lot. Like, is that something you're thinking about this year? Or is that on your radar for Q1? And you can kind of get a general gist of where the prospect is at with the time frame.
There's so many questions coming in. Some of them have a little bit of crossover, so I'm trying to get to, we won't be able to get to all of them. So I have one here from Ryan. He would like to know, I was thinking of using video as a resume supplement to recruiters or hiring managers. Good idea? Thoughts?
Amazing idea. Yeah, I did a webinar on this a couple weeks ago. So I'll actually, Ryan, if you connect with me on LinkedIn, I will try to find the link and send it to you, because we talked all about how to use video in your process. But 1000% you should be connecting with hiring managers on LinkedIn and sending them videos. It's really just a no-brainer, especially in this market. So I have resources on how to make that happen. So I'll try to send those to you.
That was my first intro with Vidyard. I started using them as a resume tool and saying, you can read all the, I'm this and I'm this and I'm this, but you can read all that on my resume. I want to show you. And because I'm in content, I could just upload and like kind of do a reel almost through all of it. It's my favorite. And I've never not heard back from someone when sending a resume video, even if it's a no, it's a, we loved it. No.
Yeah. I just helped an SDR that just got hired at Vidyard like a month ago. I helped him formulate a video to get the job at Vidyard. So it works.
Ryan, we also have some Vidyard templates on how exactly to lay out a video resume. Anyway, we can forward those to you after. A couple more questions in here. So it says, hey, getting a head start here, working on growing my business and my list of prospects. I want to create multiple videos and share this on social media and emails. My problem is that I have trouble with my videos. They aren't always clear at times. I might end up rambling or get stuck during recorded videos. I have now been thinking of going live, but I'm scared it might happen to me live too. How do I improve this? Sometimes I create an outline to stay on track. Any other tips?
If you are scared of presenting something live, congratulations, you have natural human instinct, and presenting live is scary for anyone. It was scary for me today. So I would just say, remind yourself that you are not one in a million. You are a very common human nature issue. So getting over that fear for me, just you remind yourself anyone would be nervous to do this. Everyone gets nervous. I'm not alone. I'm not special. As far as rambling, I would try, before you go live, I would definitely try to have a clear outline of everything you want to talk about. Same with video, prospecting and sales in general. You should always be starting out with some kind of framework or outline to make sure the rambling doesn't happen. And I'm always a believer of less is more. So the least amount of words you can say, the better, and just get the point across is important.
If you find your mind drifting too, sometimes I just like to press pause as well, go collect my thoughts, and then press record again. You can just get right back to where you were. Katherine, do you include anything in the text body of your emails, or do you only have the video by itself?
Oh, definitely include something in the text. And the thing you include in the email copy is going to be probably the big hitter of your video. So whatever your main point was in your video, you're going to want to include that in your copy. So if you use some kind of intent data and you know that a certain company has been Googling you guys, or just kind of that buying intent is what you really want to include in the copy of, hey, I heard this could be an initiative for 2023, or I heard you may be looking for something like this, and using that to your advantage in the copy to get their attention. And I always like to make it a little bit elusive. So I don't say, I'm a video prospecting coach and I'm going to take you through this program, blah, blah, blah. I just keep it kind of like, maybe there's a program that can help you, or I can't really think of an example off the top of my head, but I try to keep it elusive to like, is this something that would interest you, without actually saying what the thing is that I present in the video.
One more question. If you send a cold video and don't get a response, should you send another or try a different tactic? What does your prospecting cycle look like in terms of mediums?
Okay. The first gold nugget, I would never send a video to someone over email who didn't open at least 2 other emails from me. So I'm already using that filter of who are my top % of email openers, and those people that are already somewhat engaging with me, although they didn't reply, they've at least read my emails and opened multiple times. Those are the people I'm going to try to grab with a video. So that's the first thing, is don't waste time with video as a first touch point, or with people who have never opened your emails. On LinkedIn, it's a different story. Video works really well as a first touch point. So that's what I would say to focus on for that one.